Before we go any further, this is for entertainment purposes only. I assume no liability if you make one of these things and hurt yourself, shove your jack through your oil pan, if your car falls down and kills your cat, whatever, that's on you. So this is for entertainment purposes only. That is it. Welcome back, everyone. I really wasn't going to shoot a video about this, but I figured I really didn't see anything like this on YouTube anyway, and plus this could be useful. This is how to build a jack adapter so you can jack up your tubular K-member car safely and easily and just conveniently. And it's cheap and it's easy to do. So really there are only a grand total of 6 pieces to this thing. This is from a piece of, I believe, 2-inch mild steel pipe, or sometimes known as black iron pipe. It's a scrap I had lying around. Cut this little bit out of it. This will be the cradle that cradles the actual tube, and it'll be padded. You can see the lovely rust. And then this is 3 inches on a side, which gives you a 4-inch diagonal measurement, which is perfect for my jack. And it's a piece of just structural steel I had kicking around. I was going to originally make the blower discharge out of this, but I decided I needed something bigger for the intercooler. So then all you need are 4 little legs. These will get welded to the corners, and this diameter will actually fit perfectly right around the jack saddle. So these are just the 6 pieces you need. You can cut them out. Like I said, I wasn't fully expecting to shoot a video, so I spent 45 minutes with the angle grinder outside just cutting these things out, and then I decided, you know what, this might help somebody out, so let's shoot a video for it. So the one thing you do need to make sure is that it's reasonably level. So when I lay this piece in, you can see it fits in. It's good enough to weld, certainly. And the way I check for level is, this is my surface plate. I'm not a machinist. Don't pretend to be one. I'm not going to throw down, you know, hundreds of bucks for a decent surface plate. So what I do is I just go to Home Depot in this case and just pick out a piece of 12 by 12 granite tile. And the way I check it for flatness is I look at the reflections of the lights and stuff in the actual surface, and if they're not distorted, then good enough, right? Best part about it is if you break it, you drop it, whatever, just go get another one. It's like $5. So anyway, so the way I check for height is I have actually a scribe, but this will work perfectly for this. It just barely clears. In fact, let's do this right. Okay, it's just touching that lovely patch of rust right there. So let's see how it compares to this side. Now this doesn't have to be terribly accurate. If it's remotely close, and it's actually frighteningly close, I'd say it's probably within a few thou. It actually touches the rust right there, but not there. So that's good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and blast these parts. Which I'm not going to bother shooting, because if you've ever sandblasted something, you'll know why. You basically will see nothing but a storm. And then I'm going to weld these things together and show you what the game plan is. The more observant of you will notice that these are not even close to the same length, and it doesn't, frankly, matter, really, and you'll see why later. So stand by, let me go ahead and blast these, and I'll catch you over by the welder. Alright, we blasted it, it's fixtured up. Let's get to welding. Since I'm the neighborhood's Mr. Fix-It, and I don't charge my neighbors anything, occasionally they bring me over little presents. Last week, one of my neighbors brought me over this Eastwood tungsten grinder, which at first I thought was kind of gimmicky, actually, because it just really looks like a Dremel with a diamond wheel and a couple of cutoffs. But it actually does work pretty well. Here's a brand new tungsten. Let's sharpen it. And that's all there is to it. It's a pretty decent job. Easy, quick. And here it is. It's a pretty decent job by my standards, considering I only weld once every 2 months or so. The welds are solid, certainly adequate. No holes, no real missed spots, nothing. So now all that's left to do is trim down these legs to fit around the jack, and maybe I'll blast it again just to clean it up, just to give the paint something to stick to on these welds, and let's go from there. Okay, so I just hit it with the wire wheel just to clean it up a little bit, and it actually came out a little nicer than I expected it. The welds are pretty decent for somebody who doesn't weld, really. So now all I'm going to do is clean it up with some acetone, get some of this stuff off. I don't know what that is, some kind of grease or leftover from the wheel. And spray bomb it. Put some gaffer's tape in here as a pad, and then I'll show you how it works. So here we are a few days later. The paint has dried. I put some layers of gaffer's tape. It's like 6 or 7 layers to protect the powder coat on the K-member. This is what it turned out looking like. It's pretty good. It should serve the purpose. I've not tested it yet. We're going to do that together. First, let me show you how it works, how you put it on the jack, and then we'll try lifting up the car, see what it does. So this is basically how it works. So we have the legs here. These cutouts are designed to fit perfectly over the jack pad, and it sits nice and firmly on the jack pad. Now obviously you want it in this orientation, and you want the jack this way too, because as the jack arcs up and the car travels through its arc, it's going to want to push the jack further under the car. But anyway, this is the basic idea. And let's give it a shot, see if it works. Okay, so here we are under the car, the first test of the jack adapter. Let's get it up into striking range. You can see the rack's not bolted down yet. I'm going to do that, but here my primary interest is just seeing if this is going to work. Alright, it's got some weight on it. Looks pretty good. Let's see if we can lift it off the jack stands. And it's holding the full weight of the car. And there you have it. Not a mark on the K-member.